when is it expected to finish? And that again goes back to the estimated size. So it really depends on how complex, how big, how small, how medium, or how simple that particular task or the story or the sort of functionality or the feature is, right? So you need to estimate, you need to come up with an estimate. And again, going back to the estimation course we did, you can do a lot of different types of estimation, relative estimation. We can do story points, we can do t-shirt sizing, it doesn't matter. Fibonacci series, planning poker. End of the day, you need to have some indication of the size of it and what's the complexity involved in completing that work. Because that would then give you an estimate, okay, this can be done in one sprint, 2 sprints, or do I need to have to break it or split it into multiple stories so that I can manage it better? So that's the kind of thinking that needs to go into the estimation. And once you have got that estimation done in terms of the size, as we discussed, first you do the size estimation, then based on the size, you arrive at the effort involved by using the productivity. So size and productivity would give you the effort. And once you have the estimation of the effort in number of person days or person hours or person weeks and months, so that gives you the effort. Once you have that effort estimate, then using the resources, if you have got like 2 people, can I split this? Can I split this amongst these 2 so that it gets really faster? And then it can be done quicker than let's say a week. So that's something that you have got to think. Sometimes you cannot split, sometimes you can. So you need to apply the resources onto the effort, and then you get the schedule. So the proposed or the estimated schedule. Does it take 3 days or 5 days or 6 days, depending on how many resources you can apply, right? So the effort and the resources would actually give you the schedule. And the schedule and the number of resources would actually give you finally what we all are after. It's the cost. It's the cost that would be involved to do that piece of work. And perhaps on the top of it, if you need software, if you need access to the database, if you need a cloud account, if you need, for example, help from some other SME, their time, any other special licenses to the softwares in this period, all of those add up, and that's the cost. So you actually get a clear picture of what is involved, how much does it cost, what amount of time would it take to complete that, what are the resources that is required, how many people do I need, what skills do the people need to have, right? All of these would actually make it better to make sure that the work is done in as minimum time as possible. And then the environment, as we discussed yesterday, it could be the environment that is also important, depending on whether it is the development environment, or you're talking about test, or you're talking about the production live environment, where exactly that should be. And also within these, there are multiple variants, multiple flavors, right? We discussed about the test environment having unit testing environment just on its own for the developers. Perhaps there is an integration environment where you're trying to pull in all the different modules and make sure it is all working in tandem, and regression testing done there. And then perhaps there is a user acceptance testing, which is where you're exposing this to the alpha community or the beta community, where they would have a first go of this particular new feature, try and give the feedback, test it and give the feedback. Pretty much like, for example, the PS5, the PlayStation 5 is coming, and then the Xbox is also coming up with its own version. So what they do is, before they actually launch it to the public and make it available everybody to purchase these consoles and the controllers, what they do is they actually have give away these to the beta community, the gamers who actually got this very professional gamers who who have got so many games. They've been downloading a lot of games of these, and potentially they would have bought like all the 4 consoles in the last 7-8 years of PS4, PS3 and all that. So and similarly on the Xbox side. So what they do is they'll give this preview of curtain as a free of for reviewing this product to these beta community, to the alpha, just 50 people around the world. They pick up 50 people and then give it. So once they get a hang of how it is, what's their review, what's their feel, they'll try and fix it in the next 2-3 months. And then once they fix those most important, most urgent showstoppers, then they would release into the market saying that now that's available for a wider community. So that's pretty much what can be done with the environments we were talking about. We can actually have the UAT environment. Then finally, we've got the production or the live environment where we put in, and it's available for everyone.